Good morning, people. Welcome back to my kitchen. I didn't anticipate to be in the kitchen so quickly again, but it is really very wintry, very rainy weather outside. And so I am back in my kitchen. I always said that I wanted a tin roof because I want to hear the rain when it's pouring, and but I do not think that that is such a positive when you are vlogging. I think you're going to hear maybe a lot of rain disturbance on the roof. Well, today I am going to make a risotto. The first time and last time I had a risotto was with my mother last year when I had stomach problems. And I must say, I did find it very filling, and I also found that specific risotto very rich. But I think it depends on how you make it. So for me, a risotto is almost like a rice porridge or a rice soup, just me. And I am going to make a recipe slightly adjusted out of the Vegan Food and Living magazine. Now, when my father was still alive, he used to make a point of buying this magazine for me, always, when he saw it. It was available in all the Woolworths stores. And I must say, for quite some time, my mom has carried on with that tradition, if I can call it a tradition. But I then said to her she must stop because this magazine costs 179 Rand. That was in September 2019. So the price has probably gone up, and that is a lot of money for a magazine. If you save your money for 2 months, you can actually buy a very nice hard copy recipe book. But in any case, I have it, and I have decided that I was going to make some recipes out of this. I'm going to make 2 recipes out of this book. Today's one is going to be out of the section Vegan Food and Living Midweek Meals. End the day on a culinary high. I suppose that's when people have supper or dinner. And it's going to be the green curry lemongrass risotto. Yesterday in the shop, I had the fresh lemongrass in my hand, but when I went to the spices to get the green curry paste, I saw this lemongrass and I decided to use this because the lemongrass can be a little bit hard and a little bit stringy if it's not very fresh and very young. And so I went and I put the fresh lemongrass back and I took this little bottle which I'm going to use. That's just my decision. I have worked with lemongrass in the past. I actually had a lemongrass plant, to be quite honest. And maybe now that I'm thinking about it, I should maybe invest in planting a lemongrass plant again in the garden. It did quite well. I didn't have any hassles with it. So that's the one change I'm going to make. And then I'm also going to just do the method a little bit differently because this method, which I find very strange, they cook it like a rice, a normal rice. But risotto, the risotto that I know of previous recipe and methods that I watched, it's a lot of stirring and adding the liquid slowly and stirring and adding the liquid slowly. So I'm going to use that method, the long drawn out method. I'm also going to make this later on, this pulled jackfruit burger, because I've got 2 tins of jackfruit in my pantry. And then paging through this magazine, I stumbled across on page 26, Gas Oakley's 15-minute nasi goreng, if I now pronounce that right. And not that I'm going to make it, but I actually watched this guy's YouTube channel from when he started out, and he actually became quite successful. And it was so nice for me. And that's why I think YouTube is actually so nice. It's more personal. It was so nice for me to know exactly what he looks like, what he sounds like, what his kitchen looks like, and his style of cooking. And yeah, that was very nice for me when I stumbled across a recipe of him in the Vegan Food and Living magazine. I'm going to prepare and cut the vegetables up first. Going to fry that up first. Then I'm going to do the arborio risotto rice until it's nice and creamy. And at the right time, I will add the veggies to that mixture. For today's recipe, we are going to need risotto arborio rice. For the stock, Ina Parman's vegetable stock powder. The recipe asks for coconut milk. I've got plenty of coconut cream tins, so I'm going to use coconut cream. And I'm going to use a cup of dairy-free olive whipped cream. Extra virgin oil. Black pepper. Lemongrass. Green curry paste. Garlic. Going to use an assortment of colored baby bell peppers. I'm going to add some extra baby marrows to the recipe. 2 huge carrots. Some onion. Juice of 1 lime. Some fresh coriander or cilantro, and some fresh basil leaves. I'm going to chop the coriander or the cilantro now. I know it is quite a strong herb to use. Not everybody's favorite, but this recipe is asking for it, so I'm going to. see that the veggies are quite finely cut, so it is going to be small chopping. At this point in time, I'm only doing 1 carrot, but it is a massive carrot. So I'm going to put it together the same way I did the lasagna mince to see what the ratio, to have a good ratio. some potent onions here. It's making me cry. And so all the chopping is done. So now we are going to put the recipe together. Ready to assemble. Everything is chopped. Basil, medley of small bell peppers, lemon juice, onion, carrot, baby marrow, fresh basil leaves, garlic. First time that I'm working with Gqeberha rice to make a risotto, and how pleasantly surprised I wasn't to see that this is the way that it is packed. So I'm going to use half a bag, and I hope I'm not going to stuff it up because I've never worked with this before.
This is the coconut cream. It is very cold here, so it is solidified, but it is going to make the dish very, very nice and creamy.
I'm going to mix the coconut cream with the oil cream, just to make it a little bit more liquidy and right. I am going through this Palm stock, vegetable stock powder at quite an alarming rate. I've heated my oil. I must now fry the bell pepper. Four grapes. A baby marrow. And carrots. They say with the remaining salt and black pepper, I'm only going to put in the black pepper because I know through experience that the vegetable stock powder is salty. I don't want it to be too salty. I have my pan with the carrots, courgettes and bell peppers frying here in the back. I've warmed up my oil. I am now going to fry the onion. You're supposed to fry the onion, the garlic and the lemongrass. Now I do not have fresh lemongrass. I'm going to do the onion. A little bit later I'm going to add the garlic. I do not want the garlic to burn. I do not want bitter garlic. And when I add the garlic, I will add then 2 teaspoons of lemongrass. The onion must fry until translucent and starting to turn golden brown. Nothing like the smell of onion starting to fry. Even Gqeberha got a huge smile on his face when the onion hit the oil. Onion is starting to brown and turning translucent. I'm going to add the garlic. And I'm going to do 2 big teaspoons of lemongrass. Almost also stringy like celery and ginger can get. That's why I was scared to buy the fresh ones. Because then people might think, I'm not cooking for people, it's only for us. Gqeberha, myself and Amanda. But if I did cook for other people, they might think that they got a really new food. I might add a little bit more later on, because it is the first time I'm actually making a risotto. Now we must add the arborio rice. Stir frequently to prevent it from burning, and then add half the vegetable stock. So I'm very nervous, people, but here we go. Before I add the vegetable stock, which I'm going to add little by little by little, we must add the green curry paste. The recipe asked for 3 teaspoons. I'm going to put in a little bit more because I am making a little bit more than I think what the recipe requires. I'm going to add the basil leaves. And also the coriander. I actually don't mind coriander. There's a nice fragrance coming through. And I suppose coriander goes very well with coconut and green curry. I almost forgot about the frozen peas. That would have been a disaster. 150 grams of frozen peas. I'm just going to see that the balance is right here. Oh, oh. Why do I say like that? Will not be a visit to my kitchen if I do not make a little bit of a mess. I almost made it through this video, but there it was. Okay, risotto is an Italian dish, and that is the most common way of cooking rice. Just sometimes person must make a recipe. Just to get somebody else's cooking skills as well. Because there are some good cooks out there. And especially if you're not Italian and you're not Spanish, I mean, those people know how to make the traditional dishes exactly what it's supposed to be. You know? Mm-hmm.
You're not Italian. You're not Italian.
No, I'm Afrikaans speaking South African. I think there's a little bit more depth to an Afrikaans speaking South African than to an English speaking South African, as far as cooking is concerned. Because we come from the voortrekkers, the pioneers, the Boere pioneers that actually did a lot to civilize South Africa. And so we have got the origin of boerebeskuit, which is rusks, biltong and droewors, because they were on the track during the bushes, so the meat had to be preserved. Milk tart, cook sisters, bobotie, that's from Cape Town, but it's a Afrikaans speaking voortrekker dish. Yes. No, we knew what we were doing. It's in our blood, it's in our genes. People, I have been tasting this, and this is a winner of a recipe. Amanda is most probably going to think it's a little bit too hot. I think it is just right. It's just got that warm feeling coming through, but the fragrance, I cannot describe it. It's an explosion in your mouth, an explosion. Going to add the lime juice. Just half of it for now to see. I don't want to spoil this because this is just magnificent. Yeah, it is divine. It is divine. Now adding some of my cream mixture. think that's enough actually, isn't it? Over. Just look at this. Mm. I'm just going to bring this to a boil and then add the veg and then we're ready. I must just taste it. Taste. Mm. Oh, it's to die for. This is to die for. Mm. Perfect. Oh wow, it looks just like the picture. Okay, now I'm going to dish. Mm. Okay, I'm going to eat this because this is good. This is really good, my favorite. Okay.
Thank you, Lord, for the food you have given us. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
What do you call it?
Risotto.
Risotto.
Risotto. Risotto.
Italian dish.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. The burning on. It's nice.
Yeah. It is perfect. It is perfect.
It's perfect. 100%.
It's a pity because Amanda doesn't like burning stuff. It's not too much though.
What causes the burning?
Green curry paste.
Okay. But it's nice.
It is fragrant. It is flavorful. And I don't like burning stuff either. But it's
But
not.
this one.
Oh. It is delicious.
Yeah, that is.
Delicious. People, I think that this was a great success. It is a fantastic recipe. I can recommend you to try and make it. I know that I messed around with the recipe, but I did put a picture of the recipe as in the magazine, in the video. I cannot describe the flavor and the fragrance. It is perfect. It is really perfect. Thank you for watching my videos. And if you have reached the video till the end, then please like, share and subscribe. This video is really worth sharing. This is really worth sharing. And you must look after yourselves and keep well. And I really hope to see you in the next video. And now I'm going to tuck in and indulge. And on that note, I say goodbye.